Hi, I'm Randy Robison. Welcome to Life Today, digital edition. And man, I got to tell you, this is a very, very cool interview. We're going to talk about a book, I'll Push You, and there's a documentary that goes with it. And then you're going to meet the guys in the documentary. But I want to start with the trailer. Take a look at this.
It still amazes me how far we've come. Hola.
¿Vais haciendo el camino?
Sí. Sí.
Vas a tener bastante difícil.
Sí, muy difícil.
Lo sabéis.
Sí.
Turn your tired eyes toward the land of pride. Fickle fortune favors.
That's been something that's so rare. I haven't seen a friendship like that before.
And I don't know how much time he has. You know?
Mechanical malfunction.
Oh, gosh. It's hard not to feel like a burden in this.
So, fabrication.
Got it? Slow.
Oh, I'm cramping.
I think his body's kind of feeling the effects of it the last several days.
It sucks. I'm trying not to let Jess know that it sucks, though. Man, I'm not like who I am.
Okay, seriously, dude, it's time to walk.
I'm just faking it, guys.
I have no idea how far this goes. I don't either. Sometimes it's best not to know.
It's really hard to let somebody do that for you.
Yo, what's up, bro?
I don't know how we're gonna be able to do it. It was an act of faith. These are waters that are too deep for me to handle on my own. That's pretty stupid. Honey, I love you if I die. I love you.
If I do have the time that I have here now, then let's enjoy it.
Let's welcome Patrick Gray and Justin Skeesuck.
Hey, you got it.
Skeesuck.
You nailed it.
Glad you guys are here.
We are
I gotta
glad to
tell
be
you,
here. Thank you.
We sit in pre-production meetings and we watch a lot of stuff, and we get sent. I mean, I got piles of books and DVDs and links and all this kind of stuff. And we see a lot of stuff, and it's great. I love it. You get a little jaded. Not a dry eye in the house when we watch you guys' trailer. We were like, holy smokes. You got to be kidding me. I mean, yeah, the drama of the story, the tough situation that you're in. The thing that got us, though, was we went right here, we see friendship in a Christ-like way that you just don't see. Where'd that come from?
Oh boy.
Wow, that's a loaded question.
That is a loaded question. Yeah,
Welcome
you want
to
to
my
take this one?
I think
No.
you should start. You're going to be way more
Oh,
eloquent at it
man.
than I am. And I can chime in.
Yeah, where that comes from is, I mean, we have a history, a friendship that spans
Right.
42 years.
Right.
So
I got friends like that,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't do that.
but that's a starting, it's a starting place.
Yes.
You know,
We have always just kind of lived life in a way where we're just very intentional with one another. Intentional with time, with our words, with the kind of things that we choose to engage with one another as far as adventures with just the two of us, with our families and our wives. And within that, there's just a kind of a dichotomy that starts to develop of all the time and shared memories and shared just great experiences where you're kind of looking for what's next. But it's what's next together because you have so much just, for lack of a better word, synergy. There's just a synergy there and just a love for one another that, man, what can we conquer together?
Yeah. We laugh a lot too.
Which is great. And I think actually you illustrate in a very healthy way a good point because a lot of times in Christian circles, we get married. And how long have you guys been, what years did you guys get married? Not you two get married, but individually get married.
I got married in 1998.
98?
2000.
In 2000,
Yeah.
okay. So that tends to...
1997.
1997. Oh, wow. I am not editing that out. That is going down on the record. So you get to take that beating at home.
Honey, I'm sorry, I love you.
That is awesome.
Married for 20 years this year.
Highlight reel right there. But what happens, what often happens is that you get married and your friendships, they start to suffer, they wither dry, and not, it's tough. I mean, I got great friends, but I see them once a year, some of them, you know, and we connect immediately, and it's all good. And if I ever need anything, you know, one of them just called me yesterday, you know.
Yeah.
But it's healthy for men to have godly friendships with other men because there's something there that you don't get from your spouse.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you're not supposed to.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to.
Yeah.
You hit the nail on the head, honestly, because to expect that anybody can meet all of our needs is setting that person up for a remarkable amount of failure.
It is.
I mean, that is one of the most unfair things we can do to our spouse.
That's exactly right.
And to invite people into your journey and your story who augment you where you're weak, who can do the things for you that your spouse can't do or can't maybe, I don't want to say fulfill a need, but just meet your life and those challenges you encounter in a different way.
Yeah.
It allows that relationship with your spouse to be so much more healthy.
It does.
Because the time we have together is time spent with the things that either is the common ground or where my wife can really just dive in and support me in X, and Justin might support me in Y, and another friend might support me in Z. And then you have that whole community, that tribe of people that you live your life with. Now you can move forward in a healthy, mindset, framework, and that's really what the church is meant to be, is those kind of relationships.
You 100% agree. I'm going to go out on a limb here and gamble that your wives like you better as husbands because of the friendship you have with each other.
No question.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, good stuff. Okay, let's jump into the book. The book is available now. The film released 2017, fall 2017. So depending on when you're watching this, if you get to see it in theaters, rush out there and see it. If it's DVD or wherever distributed, you go get it now. I want to jump right a little bit to the actual movie and the what do they call it in Spain?
The Camino de Santiago.
Camino de Santiago. Okay.
Yeah.
At what point did you go, hey, that's a great idea?
That's a great story.
That's a great story. Yeah.
So Justin had the idea to do this journey in 2012. He presented the idea to me. I was like, okay, yeah, I'll push you. But we didn't land on an actual day of when we're going to go for quite some time.
Is it a one-time deal or is it like an ongoing thing?
It's ongoing. People go on this pilgrimage throughout
all
the
the time.
year. Yeah, so you have hundreds of thousands of individuals do this every year.
500 miles.
500 miles, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not all 500. It's some people do less, some people do more.
Okay.
We just took the more,
Most common
I guess,
route.
the most common, the most typical
Okay.
route.
Yeah.
If you want to do 500 miles, that's
Yeah.
what we did. Yeah.
Yeah. But the documentary piece, so I was working in healthcare at the time as in administration. I was a director for spine services at an area hospital in Idaho.
Okay.
And I needed 6 weeks off to make this journey happen. So it was kind of those things where there's too many coincidences to be coincidental. Like
Yeah.
stuff just happens in a way like there's no way this could have happened without some divine orchestration. So I'm at a work barbecue with all the families, my coworkers are there, and we're just hanging out, having a good time. It's like mid-May. Justin was actually over in Italy with his family at the time.
Oh, wow.
And I just took my boss aside, and his name is Ed, and I said, Ed, so next summer I need 6 weeks off. He's like, excuse me?
Why?
Where do you get off on asking for 6 weeks off in a row? And B, why, right? But when I kind of map out this whole idea that Justin had, several years prior, he got pretty excited. And his response was so bizarre, but so cool. He said to me, look, I will do everything in my power to give you your 6 weeks off, if you guys do everything in your power to document this on film.
Oh.
I'm like,
wow.
Okay.
So that's where it came from.
Right, but here's the kicker, is when I asked him why, he said, because if you don't, you're selfish and you're irresponsible. There's too much hope to not share this.
Oh my Lord.
Like,
wow.
Whoa.
How about foresight, right?
Yeah.
And I emailed Justin, and then we got on a Skype call the next day. I tell him, like, hey, I got time off next summer. We're going to Spain.
If.
Do you know anybody who can film this?
Yeah.
So that's where the idea came from.
That's where I come in.
Is that where you picked it up? Okay.
So, being a graphic designer in San Diego that's where I was living at the time for, besides in Italy, I was there just for a short stint. But you just end up meeting different people that are kind of cross-pollinating in the industry. And a buddy of mine, Terry Parrish, went to college with at Point Loma Nazarene in San Diego, and I said, hey, I have this idea. I want to go on this thing, and he was a co-owner of a video agency, Emoda, and can I come in and talk with you about it? And I came in and met with his team, and I just laid it all out. Same thing. This is what we want to do, and they just said, we want to be a part of this. So yeah, we're there. And then you have these, grandiose plans of how you want to have it all planned, go work out and all this crazy ideas that we had. And then it's a classic example of God doing a lot on a very little, on very little.
Did you have to raise some money for the film up front?
We did. We had to raise money to help pay for our costs, our travel costs, and help as much as we could with production costs, which are, being in video is just very cost prohibitive.
Can be.
And especially when you're taking a crew for a month and a half,
that's
right?
That's the kicker right there, because the equipment and stuff doesn't
all
cost
the
like it
stuff.
used to,
You have all the stuff that plays into it. And
how many did you take?
We took 2 videographers, a director, Terry, and our PA, a production assistant. His name is Robin. He's from Paris, France. Came down.
I would say what's important to note, though, is that when we left the States, we had a director and 1 videographer.
That's it.
That was it.
That was going to be it.
That was going to be it, and then Mike, our kind of head videographer, he pushed back on, look, I can't do this
No, you can't.
on my own.
Yeah.
And we actually, through his efforts, the day before we started hiking, we had another videographer show up from the United States. He was actually on his way to Mount Hood, got a phone call from Mike saying, hey, I got this project in Spain. Can you be here for a month and a half?
Be here tomorrow.
I was like, sure.
So
he hops on,
came over,
the plane comes
crazy.
over, and they find one of their buddies from, these guys did a ski film. So there's a professional skier out of Paris that he comes along to be the production assistant. So our film crew did not solidify till the day before we started hiking.
The night before we started walking.
Yeah.
How long to actually go from point A to point B?
35 days.
35 days?
Yeah. We started in Saint-Jean, Pied-de-Port, which is in southwestern France, on the eastern side of the Pyrenees, and then you basically traverse 500 miles from there, going due west, or pretty much due west, to Santiago de Compostela, which is the cathedral that you end at the end.
So mountains and cathedrals and everything in between.
Oh,
and
yeah.
again, I'm not going to do any spoilers here. People just got to go watch it, right? How long did it take to put the documentary together?
Oh, geez.
2.5 years. 2.5
Crazy,
years.
Isn't it?
It has been a very long process of patience, faith, prayer, frustration.
A little bit of anger at times.
Anger,
Not gonna lie.
complete joy, every emotion you can have in that process. But I'm very, I think we're very, very proud of the outcome of it.
So when you watch the final,
yeah,
You
it's
good?
yes, it's very accurate to what we went through.
Yeah.
It's very real and very raw, and it's hard in some ways to watch.
It is.
And it's very true to what we went through. So it's not contrived. It's not, you know, glossed over in any ways. It's very real.
So people watch the documentary or read the book,
Yeah.
see the story, and go, "Wow."
Now what?
Then what? Yeah, right.
Right.
Well, right now we travel around the country speaking, sharing our story, which we've been very, very blessed and honored to do that. We do that for all sorts of types of organizations. We do corporate
Events, yeah.
events.
So you can adapt
to
from church to
everything.
non-church
Churches,
settings, to
yeah.
universities,
Yeah,
to whatever.
We've been everywhere. And
Film. Done any film festivals or anything like that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we did
yeah.
Newport Beach Film Festival.
Nice.
Yeah.
where we won the Audience Choice Award.
Oh, you're
there,
already racking up awards.
which was pretty amazing. Almost four sold out screenings, and first time it was ever shown. Crazy.
That was a fun experience.
It's very awesome.
You got more between now and release because we're a
do.
little ahead of release.
We do, yeah.
And you're available if anybody wants to invite you.
Absolutely, yeah.
Just go to allpushyou.com and
Pushyou.com.
there's information on
Speaking,
about our
yeah.
film and book and speaking and how to contact us. It's pretty easy to get hold of us.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Last question, and I know people are just going to want to know.
Yeah.
How are you doing physically, and what's your prognosis?
My prognosis is still the same. I still get weaker over time. Overall, I'm doing really well, and I'm healthy. I'm grateful for the air in my lungs and be able to wake up to my family that I have and the life that I have right now. And I'm very, very blessed, and I don't take it for granted at all. But I'm doing okay. I mean, it's a lot of the minute detail of like dexterity, hand dexterity, and that it just becomes weaker over time. So I'm doing okay. It's a challenge every day, but we all have those, right? And
Not like that.
and I'm just very blessed to be here, be alive, and to live another day.
How are you with that?
Fantastic. Honestly, it's such a great testament to often the miracles in life aren't necessarily the healings. It's individuals like Justin that embrace a situation with grace and dignity. Like that's a miracle. That's an amazing position to take for something that so many people look at and think that's so hard. That is so unfair. That is so whatever. Put your name on it, right?
Yeah.
And it is what it is. Let's move forward. Let's embrace this, and let's just have a life filled with love in spite of this. That's
And laugh
see
along
that.
the way.
Yeah,
You gotta
oh
laugh
yeah, I
along
gotta
the
laugh along the way.
Yeah.
But it's something I struggled with a lot for many years. But now, I'm just blessed to be a part of his life. I get to be his hands and feet, and that is a wonderful, beautiful, amazing gift that he trusts me with. I can't.
And I'm
You
grateful.
brought it right back to where I started, which is the thing that floored us all. Was we go, that's a godly friendship like I've never seen before. So
Thanks,
thank
man.
you for
Appreciate it.
illustrating that. Thank you for your faith and your courage. It's more than I can really comprehend. Check out I'llPushYou.com. Is that right? I'llPushYou.com for the book. Order the book. Even if you don't like to read books, just order a book and support these guys and what they do. Honestly, I know how that works, right? I want to see their sales go through the roof.
Give it to an enemy.
Give it to That's a line I haven't heard in a long time. My marketing department's going to claim. Check out the film. If you get the chance to catch it when it first hits theaters, do that because that's a big, big, big statement to Hollywood and filmmakers when we pack out the theaters when it's actually in the theaters. If you missed it already, go find it. It'll bless you. It's worth watching. And most of all, guys, thank you again for being here, spending a little time sharing your story with us.
Yeah, man. Thanks.
There's more from these guys. You can hear it. It's on our broadcast program of Life Today. You can see that right now at lifetoday.org. Thank you for watching and sharing this interview. Be sure to check out the social media for Life Today Television, and you can connect with me on Facebook and Twitter. And if you haven't already subscribed or followed this channel, do it now so you can see more of our great guests.